Good evening, everyone. It's my pleasure to welcome you to the 43rd Anderson Area Chamber of Commerce Annual Awards Ceremony. I'm Kelly Lundrigan. I'm the board chair for the Anderson Chamber of Commerce, and I extend my greetings and thanks to you tonight on behalf of the Chamber for attending. Tonight we come together to give recognition to individuals and businesses that serve to make our communities better. We commend all who will be honored here tonight and thank them for their contributions to the community. This year's event is presented by the Mount Washington Care Center. Could the representatives of the Mount Washington Care Center stand up and be recognized? Thank you for your continued support of this popular community event. The Chamber appreciates your involvement. This is a special event for the Anderson Area Chamber and for many volunteers and businesses who work to make our community a better place. Thanks to all of you who have come to honor friends, family members, and co-workers. Before we start the program, I'd like to present Pastor Mark Rowland, Senior Pastor for the Anderson Hill United Methodist Church. Pastor Rowland will lead us in an invocation.
Let's pray. Oh God, as I drove here tonight, I was reminded how much I love being a part of this community. But as I drove down Beachmont Avenue for a moment, I became irritated with all the traffic and construction. But then I smiled and thanked you that this is a growing, vibrant, ever-changing community that is constantly doing something new and creative. And then I turned south. In a moment, I was out of the city and driving through these gorgeous rolling hills and forests. And down the hill I went until in front of me flows the beautiful Ohio. And I think how blessed we are to live here. And then as I walked into this room, I smiled again as I thought how blessed I am to have such talented and generous people who live here as my neighbors. Neighbors like Nancy and Chuck and the Pink Ribbon Girls and Kagan and Jordan and Linda and John and Rachel. And people who have given so much to this community, like Mark and Richard. What a gift they are. And so as we honor these people tonight, remind us what you said when someone once asked you, "Who is my neighbor?" Help us to be a good neighbor to all those that we encounter tonight and every day. And remind us that everyone has value in your sight because they're created in your image. God bless this evening, this food, and remind us that it too is a gift from you, our Creator and our God. Amen.
Thank you, Pastor Rowland. We're delighted to have WKRC's own Adam Clements here with us this evening as our MC. Adam, thank you for helping us honor these recipients this evening.
I'm back here.
You're back there now, okay. Adam was born and raised on the east side of Cincinnati. He's a graduate of St. Xavier High School and the Ohio State University. Ohio State where he had his first taste of the TV news business. He was instrumental in helping to create the Ohio State University TV station. He served as the lead anchor and news director of the student-run Buckeye TV News at Ohio State. He also had the opportunity to suit up for football practice while he was at his alma mater, St. Xavier High School. He says he's still sore from that to this day. Adam worked as a web video producer for Columbus Alive, an arts and entertainment newspaper, before landing a job as a sideline reporter for the Ohio News Network. There he was also a panelist on the sports talk show, The Average Joe's Sports Show. In 2010, Adam was hired as a weekend reporter at another station in Cincinnati. Among his most memorable stories, Adam says covering the devastating tornado of 2011 is something he'll never forget, particularly in Moscow, Ohio, where the town was almost completely destroyed. He said he was moved by the resiliency of the residents and their determination to rebuild after the storm. In his free time, Adam enjoys going to Reds games, cooking, and spending time with friends and family. Adam and his wife Ellie, along with their 6-year-old William, welcomed sweet baby James into their family this past December. Please welcome Channel 12 anchor reporter Adam Clements.
To be clear, that bio was written a few years ago, so the whole Reds game thing. First, I want to thank everyone for having me, members of the Chamber, committee members. It's an honor to be here to honor you, the people who make this community so wonderful, neighbors who come together on a daily basis to really make sure that Anderson Township thrives on a daily basis. And I see that every single day. I currently live in Anderson Township, but as the bio said, I grew up on the east side of town. I grew up in Union Township, so I've been here my entire life. And it's amazing to be able to raise a family in this community where everywhere you look, there is growth. And it's not by accident. It's because the people in this community make such a strong commitment to growth. Everywhere you look, there's a new building going up, roads being repaired, new restaurants, commerce, everything. It's wonderful. And one of these days, the weather's going to turn, and we're going to get to enjoy the wonderful parks in the area, like I was able to do last week for the first time with my new son, James, who's 4 months old. We were able to take him to Julius Park for just a stroll. It was about 75 degrees, and it was wonderful. And it was just one of those moments where I stopped, I looked around, and thought how lucky I was to be in such a wonderful community. And I look forward to the future in the community and seeing what else is on the horizon, which is, I know, a great deal of wonderful things. And I look forward to spending this evening with you and having some fun and introducing you to the brightest and the best in the Anderson Township community. Thank you.
Thanks, Adam. Among us are some of Anderson area's top citizens, students, educators, and businesses. Their efforts represent volunteer contributions in a variety of areas. Secretary of State John Husted wanted to send his congratulations to the award recipients tonight and has sent proclamations to each individual winner. They were delivered by Beth Hamad, who's here representing him tonight. In addition, we have State Senator Steve Wilson from the Ohio 7th Senate District here with us. Senator Wilson also has proclamations for each winner in his district. At this time, I would like to invite Patty Beckert, principal of Archbishop McNicholas High School, and Scott Prebles, superintendent of Forest Hills School District and fellow chamber board member, to help present the Educator and Student of the Year awards. So without further delay, let's learn about tonight's special recipients. And Adam, will you do the honors of awarding the awards?
Sorry. Our first award of the evening is the Anderson Area Educators of the Year Award, sponsored by La Rosa's Pizzeria, and this year we are honoring 2 area educators. First, from Archbishop McNicholas High School, John Norman. John Norman has been an educator for 42 years. 38 of those years have been at Archbishop McNicholas High School. Much of what McNicholas is today has been as a result of the influence that John has had in developing opportunities and programs that enable students to develop and live their faith. In 1981, John led the first group of McNicholas students to the Glen Mary Farm in the Appalachian Mountains of eastern Kentucky for a 6-day service learning retreat. Each year since, McNicholas students continue to be immersed into Glen Mary's domestic mission to serve the rural poor through the leadership of the organization's volunteer farm managers. John also developed the Nicaragua Immersion Experience in partnership with Immaculate Heart of Mary Parish and the twinning community at the Cultural Center Bataola Norte. Did I get that right? Bataola Norte, okay. Additionally, John helped build the Kairos Retreat program The Kairos Retreat Program has been a deeply transformational aspect of the McNicholas community since John helped establish it in 1994 with active involvement from students, faculty, and alumni. John Norman is a pillar of the McNicholas community and a teacher, colleague, friend, and mentor to so many there. He accompanies students and colleagues on their spiritual journey, and his favorite phrase or advice is sacar jugo de la vida, which is squeeze the juice of life. How was my dialect on that? Good? Okay. His students throughout the years have appreciated how thorough and insightful he is, how he encourages class conversation even on difficult topics. The way he talks and interacts with us, one student says, you can just tell how much he loves his job. John is one of the humblest and most selfless educators, always deflecting praise or credit to the students. He is the first to say how good our students are. Our students are good thanks to John's guidance, vision, and example of living a faithful and selfless life. We are pleased to recognize John Norman as Anderson Area Educator of the Year. Please, a round of applause, and John, come forward to receive your award. Round of applause for John. Our second Educator of the Year award goes to Linda Lagaman from Wilson Elementary. Linda Lagaman is the ultimate advocate for students and families. She's an advocate for the underdog, promotes the average, makes every child feel like they belong. You'll find Mrs. Lagaman outside of her room hugging and greeting every student every single morning in 4th grade. When asking students about Mrs. Lagaman, many talked about her enthusiasm for math and simply stated, she loves us. They are impressed with how Mrs. Lagaman is able to guide their learning of math, making errors seem like opportunities. One student stated, I don't realize I'm even learning because we're having fun, but when we get to the checkpoints, I already know the answers to her questions. That is the mark of a great teacher. Linda fosters hands-on learning in math classrooms on a daily basis. Linda is rarely seen teaching the whole class. For example, she often presents skills and breaks kids into small groups for learning extensions to intervening on skills as needed. Now, there is a unique activity and or experiment attached to every single unit. Linda provides a safe environment where students are encouraged to fail, learn from their mistakes, and share openly about the growth that they've made. This happens after she fosters a close relationship predicated on trust in every 4th grader she comes in contact with. Linda provides invaluable leadership in supporting the emotional growth of our students. In addition to the direct impact, Linda also indirectly reaches every student at Wilson through her leadership amongst teachers. Linda led a charge, along with a few other teachers, to take grow time to new levels. She is able to create a schedule and co-teach with an intervention specialist and have children flow between math skills. This works, folks. Just last year, all 4th graders reached a 99% passing rate of the state math achievement test. That in and of itself is quite a feat. Regardless of the endeavor, Linda is there to support every single student in any way she can. Getting students and families the help they need is Linda's strength. She connects resources to families, provides gentle guidance. She supports, while she is supporting the families, she respectfully works to build empathy within our Wilson students as well as kids throughout the area. Linda is extremely active with Mercy Hospital. She collects magazines and books from staff. You may see Linda wheeling a cart of magazines and books in and out of patients' rooms at the hospital. You may also find her rocking newborn babies at the nursery. Linda works tirelessly to provide anyone she connects with to feel a sense of happiness and self-worth. A few years ago, Linda had an accident. Her leg was amputated. This did not stop Linda from being positive or from teaching her children. She overcame adversity and shares this with her students. One can see daily that if you set your mind to something, you can achieve it. Linda loves teaching, loves learning, and loves children. Linda Lagaman is a true hero in education. Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to recognize Linda Lagaman as Anderson Area Educator of the Year. Round of applause, please. And Linda, please come forward to accept your award. Linda Lagaman, ladies and gentlemen. Now we'd like to move on to the Anderson Area Students of the Year Awards. Sponsored by Watch Hill Bank, this year we are honoring not one but two students. Our first student, a senior at Turpin High School who's accompanied by his parent, Catherine King. It is my honor to introduce you to Keegan King. Keegan has been one of the most personable, kind, hardworking, and involved students. Academically, Keegan has challenged himself to take some of the most rigorous honors and AP courses offered at Turpin and has excelled with each new challenge. This past year, he even proposed to take an independent study music theory course with the orchestra teacher and has had the opportunity to guest conduct at one of the last school performances. He has a passion for life that is contagious, and he's always eager to learn new things. He is recognized by his teachers as a collaborative and positive leader inside and outside of the classroom. Keegan has brought so much to the Forest Hills School District and the community as a scholar, an athlete on the Turpin soccer team, a lead trumpet in both orchestra and jazz band, and as a mentor for the freshman Link Crew transition program. Last year, Keegan was recognized by the school administration and staff for the Junior Spirit Award because of his outgoing and encouraging personality that is truly contagious. Those who know him well admire him for his kind and humble demeanor and his ability to welcome and care for his fellow classmates. Those who know him would also note that his success hasn't always come easily. He has faced his own challenges growing up in a single-parent household. He's also balanced a rigorous course load and extracurricular schedule alongside sports injuries and rehab. Regardless of the obstacles in his way, Keegan has always shown resilience and perseverance. Keegan has the interpersonal and academic skills needed to be successful at the undergraduate level. Keegan's confidence will guide him to go and do great things in whatever career field he chooses. He would be a truly valuable addition to any university campus. High praise for an impressive young man. We are pleased to recognize Keegan King as Anderson Area Student of the Year. Round of applause for Keegan. Keegan, please come forward. Congratulations again, Keegan. I feel like we always get so quiet when a picture's taken, like we're going to ruin it if anyone makes any noise. You guys can make noise during the picture. How about applause? We'll just do applause through the picture. How's that sound? Our second Student of the Year recipient is Jordan McCormick from Archbishop McNicholas High School. Jordan is accompanied by her parents, Michael McCormick and Tracy Hughes. Jordan McCormick is the student every teacher wants in her classroom. Teresa Davis, theology teacher at Archbishop McNicholas High School, said, "When I met Jordan freshman year, it was evident she was a deep thinker, wanting to be at school, to learn, to be a part of her school in every way possible. Jordan is a 4-year member of the band, leader of the percussion section, and 2-year honoree at the Southwest Ohio Honor Band. She is president of the Rockets for Life Club, member of the Philanthropy and Service Clubs, and a McNicholas ambassador. Jordan is an instrumentalist for the liturgy choir, a Eucharistic minister, a Kairos leader, and a peer mentor. She has been on Dean's List every quarter of high school and has more than 100 hours of service, including 85 of those at Stepping Stones. Jordan is kind, loving, smart, and cares for others. She is a young woman who smiles quickly, laughs hard, and helps her neighbor. Jordan is as comfortable caring for fellow classmates in need just by sitting and listening as she is taking the lead to reach out to the community at large through her service work, organization of prayer services, or placing notes on every locker at McNicholas High School just to lift spirits. Teachers know they can rely on Jordan to lead activities, and she will follow through. She also has a great talent of getting others to join in her endeavors. Jordan is humble, selfless, and the epitome of a McNicholas motto that youth shall attain full stature in Christ. According to Teresa Davis, Jordan is all about God, community, others, growing, and learning. She is going to change the world with her spirit and vision. Looks like she already has started on that changing the world process. We are pleased to recognize Jordan McCormick as Anderson Area Student of the Year. Jordan, please come forward. Yeah, there we go. Congratulations, Jordan. At this time, I would like to invite Vicki Earhart, Anderson Township Administrator and Chamber Board Member, to present the Anderson Area Chamber of Commerce Special Recognition Awards. This award honors an individual or organization that has had a special impact on the Anderson area community. This year, we are pleased to honor Mark Ober. After almost 42 years of service with the Anderson Township Fire and Rescue Department, the last 16 as chief of the department, Chief Mark Ober has served as Anderson Township's chief longer than any other fire chief in the department's 77-year history. Early in his career, he completed his paramedic certification at the University of Cincinnati, along with numerous certifications in fire service. He went on to successfully complete the executive leadership course at the National Fire Academy and the Ohio Fire Executive Training course before returning to UC, where he earned a Bachelor of Science degree in Fire and Safety Engineering Technology. He later attained a Master's of Public Administration degree from Northern Kentucky University. During his tenure, Chief Ober empowered his staff, which led to a cohesive team that routinely delivers outstanding customer service to residents and businesses in Anderson and the village of Newtown. Chief Ober's legacy is best defined by the professional staff that he groomed to lead the township in his stead. However, his legacy is not limited to just Anderson Township. Chief Ober has served as an instructor for Great Oaks Vocational School, the Greater Cincinnati Hazards Materials Unit, and the University of Cincinnati, as well as being an incident command instructor for National Incident Management Systems. He currently serves on the Hamilton County Heroin Coalition and is the Southwest District Director of Ohio Fire Chiefs Association. For all of these reasons and many, many more, it is my honor to announce Mark J. Ober as the recipient of this year's Special Recognition Award. Congratulations, Mark. Please come forward to accept your award. Chief Mark Ober, ladies and gentlemen. Our next special recognition recipient is Richard Shelley. Richard Shelley began his career with Anderson Township in 2003, having previously worked with Dearborn County in Indiana, as well as the city of Cincinnati. Later this year, after 15 years of service with this community, Richard will retire from his position as Public Works Director. Through his experience, expertise, and creativity, Richard established a cost-effective preventative maintenance program for the upkeep of township roads and sidewalks. Much to the dismay of local school children, he also ensures that more than 120 miles of township roads are cleared quickly and effectively after every snowfall. During his tenure with the township, Richard completed a Bachelor of Science degree in Construction Management from Northern Kentucky University. This knowledge proved extremely beneficial as Richard was charged with overseeing some of the largest capital improvement projects the township had ever undertaken, including construction of the award-winning 5-mile trail, Anderson Center Station, and Anderson Center. With the completion of these projects, Richard's role expanded to include events management as township properties could now accommodate more than 1,800 weddings, parties, seminars, and theatrical performances every year. Richard's duties grew yet again in 2016 when the township assumed management and operation of the Anderson Township Senior Center. Richard also serves as the president of the Hamilton County Road Superintendents and represents the township on the Hamilton County Storm Water Management Committee. For these and many other accomplishments, it is my honor to present Richard Shelley with the Chamber's Special Recognition Award. Round of applause for Richard. Richard, please come and accept your award. Thank you, Vicki, and congratulations again to Mark Ober and Richard Shelley for their service in the Anderson Township community. At this time, we would like to present the Anderson Area Chamber of Commerce Young Professional Award, sponsored by Mercy Health Anderson Hospital. This award honors an individual who is 35 years or younger that either works in the Anderson area or is positively impacting the area through volunteerism. We are pleased to award Rachel Rice with Young Professional of the Year. Rachel grew up in Anderson Township, where she has been a resident for 28 years. Rachel attended Guardian Angel School, McNicholas High School, and The Ohio University, where she earned a degree in communications with a minor in marketing management and played soccer for the OU women's soccer team. Rachel is currently employed with Park National Bank. Rachel began with Park National Bank 5 years ago as a management associate, promoted to banking center manager, and currently a mortgage loan originator. Rachel is also a board member of the Anderson Area Chamber of Commerce, serves on the 5-Mile Business District Committee, and is a member and former treasurer of Business Network International. Rachel also serves the Anderson area community by participating in Junior Achievement and Accounting for Kids at Mercer Elementary, Career Day at McNicholas High School, and Forest Hills Foundation for Education. She has volunteered as an income tax assistant through United Way, volunteered with Habitat for Humanity, Cincinnati Therapeutic Riding and Horsemanship, and Cincinnati Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. Rachel is married to her high school sweetheart, Stephen D. Rice Jr. They have 2 children, Tripp, who's 19 months old, and Cooper, who is just 10 days old. Round of applause that she's here at all. Rachel enjoys hanging out with her family and attending sporting events. Congratulations to Rachel Rice. Please come forward to accept your award. Days. Next on our agenda is the Anderson Area Volunteer of the Year Award. Award sponsored by Lundrigan Law Group. That's you. We are pleased this evening to award the Pink Ribbon Girls. Pink Ribbon Girl organization was founded by breast cancer survivors who have a passion for supporting and empowering others who are currently in the fight against breast and women's reproductive cancers. Pink Ribbon Girls don't just talk about cancer, they want to take on cancer, and they do. PRG is here to make the burden lighter. They strive to balance the fear and uncertainty that breast and women's reproductive cancers bring to individuals and families by providing free direct services, healthy meals, house cleaning, rides to treatment, and peer support to clients throughout Ohio to ensure that no one travels this road alone. With donor support, they are able to put money to work for cancer patients and their families. They have a give where you live mentality. All the money that is donated stays within the community right here. The meals are prepared by executive chefs who focus on the nutrition that a cancer patient requires. The house cleaning services are provided by professionals, bonded and insured cleaning companies. Rides to treatment are provided through transportation specialists. They want to ensure that PRG's mission and goals never change. Pink Ribbon Girls are honored to be able to serve so many women with metastatic cancer through our METS Cancer program, No Age, No Stage, as well as those in the FIGHT program, Simply Fight. In 2016, Pink Ribbon Girls was able to provide 61,000 meals, 900 house cleanings, and 2,100 rides to treatment. That's remarkable. PRG supports over 22 families in the Anderson area and serves not just patients, but also schools, businesses, community organizations. By partnering with health systems and local businesses, more families are able to be served better and longer. Accepting the award for the Pink Ribbon Girls, Regional Director and Founder, Tracy Martin. Round of applause. Tracy, please come forward.
I know none of the other recipients have said anything, but I would be remiss if I didn't just give out a shout out for myself, Pink Ribbon Girls, and all the other recipients to give a thank you to the Anderson Area Chamber for supporting all of what we do. So round of applause for the Chamber and what they've done for us tonight.
I will second that, Tracy. Thank you very much. Our next category, the Anderson Area Business of the Year. The Business of the Year Award is sponsored by T.P. White & Sons Funeral Home. The winner of this year's Business of the Year Award, Anderson Pub and Grill. When Joe, John, Ted, and Brian decided to open Anderson Pub and Grill 3.5 years ago, the main focus was to become a positive part of an already great community. Beyond serving burgers and beer, which they do very well, I can say personally, they do it very well, the owners and amazing staff have focused on making the restaurant a place for friends and family to meet, relax, not have to worry about doing the dishes. Anderson Pub and Grill has contributed to the community with participation in the 700 WLW Wish Tree program, Adopt a Family, and the Northern Kentucky Mardi Gras for the Homeless. They host a monthly luncheon for retired Cincinnati police officers, hold fundraisers for numerous Anderson Township sports teams, high school bands, and drama departments, and have an annual golf outing for cystic fibrosis. APG has donated more than $5,000 in cash and gift cards to local schools, churches, alumni associations, the Cincinnati Zoo, and the American Heart Association. They have hosted high school reunions, weddings, and rehearsal dinners as well. This is all done in the hopes of helping to make Anderson Township a more unified and well-fed community. Will representatives from the Anderson Pub and Grill, please come forward to accept your award. Congratulations to all of you. And now for our final award of the night, the Anderson Area Citizen of the Year Award. The 2018 Citizen of the Year Award sponsor is Park National Bank. This year's Citizen of the Year, or citizens shall I say, Nancy and Chuck Kane. Nancy and Chuck Kane have called Anderson Township home since 1990. During much of this time, they have graciously served others and shared their love of community. Nancy's involvement with Anderson Township dates back to the mid-1990s. She served on the Anderson Township Sign Committee, engaged in developing regulations to unify signage within the township. Through her participation in the Anderson Area Chamber of Commerce Citizen of the Year Committee, Nancy helped celebrate volunteerism, thereby fostering a sense of unity. She later became an integral part of planning and executing a series of events connected with the opening of Anderson Center and the Centering of the Community in 2008. That same year, she contributed her time and talents to a committee charged with informing residents about a public safety levy. Recognizing the critical importance of safety services, Nancy later joined the Community Emergency Response Team, or CERT, graduating from the program in 2013. As a CERT graduate, Nancy assisted with the first aid at various township events, including Greater Anderson Days. Chuck has similarly been involved in service to the Greater Cincinnati area. He has participated in a ministry to Greater Cincinnati homeless for quite some time. On Wednesday evenings, the group distributes food, clothing, and blankets to the homeless. Chuck is also involved in a prison ministry. However, Chuck and Nancy's vision of a true community extends well beyond Anderson's physical borders to another hemisphere. 10 years ago, Chuck and Nancy helped found an orphanage in Nicaragua to support children as young as 3 years old who were living in a garbage dump. Their nonprofit organization, Flutemaker Ministries, now feeds about 7,000 children each day through 52 feeding centers. In addition to the orphanage, the organization has created multiple businesses for artisans to help and helps to support 198 children with extreme disabilities. While Chuck and Nancy's individual accomplishments are admirable, as a team, they are even more dynamic. Through their annual involvement in the Anderson Township Independence Day Parade, they display true community spirit. Since the parade began in 2005, Nancy and Chuck have worked behind the scenes to assist with the planning and coordination of this community-wide celebration. Through their volunteerism, Nancy and Chuck have helped to build a sense of community here in Anderson Township. Through their leadership and ministry in Greater Cincinnati and Nicaragua, they have lifted others up, giving them the tools that they need to survive and to thrive. It is for these reasons I am honored to nominate Nancy and Chuck Kane as Anderson Area Chamber of Commerce Citizens of the Year. Chuck, Nancy,
Thank you so much. We just enjoy being part of this community, but we have a confession to make. My wife and I have really taken advantage of Anderson Township. We've taken advantage of your parks, of the school systems, of the shopping, of the government, of the local government. We've taken advantage of the parades. We've taken advantage of the community for 28 years now, and we just want to apologize for that. And we want to say that this is a wonderful place to raise children, and it's been a wonderful place for both of us to start our businesses and carry on business here. And we just want to thank you for welcoming us as part of the community.
Thank you.
Let's applaud the incredible efforts of each of the fine individuals and groups that we recognize tonight. We're honored to have each of you here with us this evening, and we want to emphasize how valuable your contributions have been to our community. The Anderson Area Chamber of Commerce is proud to present this event to the community. With the Chamber's membership growing and continued community involvement, we are now stronger than ever in our efforts to support local businesses and organizations. For this special event, I would like to recognize the Chamber's 2018 sustaining sponsors. Thanks to these organizations for their continued support of the Chamber. And if you reference the screens on either side, it lists the sustaining sponsors. So if you would give the recipients and the sponsors a round of applause, we would appreciate it. And a special thanks to our quieter contributors whose donations are also critical in making this event a success. Let's extend a round of applause to them as well. I would also like to thank all of the volunteers of the AACC Annual Awards Committee who work behind the scenes to make this event work. Would the committee members please stand and be recognized? We congratulate all of the award winners tonight. We look forward to seeing you all at future Chamber events. Party on the Plaza Summer Concert Series begins May the 10th, featuring Backbeat. The Chamber Golf Outing is Monday, June 18 at the legendary Run Golf Course, and Anderson's Got Talent is July 27 and 28th at Greater Anderson Days. I'd like to ask all the award winners to stay for a few moments for photographs after the program. But thank you all for being here this evening and supporting the award winners in this great event. Have a great evening.